welcome to Size Room, Episode 3. So I was wandering the crevices in deeper parts of YouTube yesterday, and this was brought to my attention. Shocking, am I right? I mean, I can't say that I mind because the song wasn't really mine in the first place, but it still kind of stinks. I had assumed beforehand that putting the whole tidbit about copyright in the description would help me, but oh how naive I was. It's strange though, something about the whole situation doesn't sit right with me, and the voices in my head can't seem to stop talking about it.
Foolish boy.
Useless noise.
YouTuber.
So
Useless
noise.
Well,
Man, what a donut's that?
joke.
Ignore that, please. It's just surprising, really. I didn't expect to get content ID claimed so fast. If I had to describe my emotion, it'd have to be trapped. Trapped. What does that remind me of? Oh yeah, Darwin's game. In recent years, anime has birthed a genre of shows that are generally centered around a game in which you fight to the death. Because who doesn't like that? King's Game was a waste of time, by the way. In other words, a death game. Darwin's game is, as you may have guessed, one of the aforementioned death games. Oh crap, I almost forgot. Spoiler warning, if you haven't watched Darwin's game, watch it now because the rest of this video is going to contain spoilers. So now that I've warned you, don't be mad if you get spoiled. After watching a few episodes of this show, I fell in love immediately. Maybe some of the animations did seem a bit rushed, but it was also visually stunning. In its own right, of course. I'm just saying not to judge it by its animation. Even though that's kind of how you're supposed to judge anime. Forget I said that. So this time, I decided to not follow the cliche and start with someone who isn't the main character. Isn't that exciting? Mai Sakaryuji. Well, Mei Sakaryuji? Shit, I don't know. This guy has one notable trait that I want everyone to witness. For some strange reason, he doesn't get hurt by bullets. Explain. There's a scene where he's having a shootout with some of the 8th Clan's members, and he turns around and looks at them and says, "Ouch, that hurt." That's not very human, Ryuji. Something's going on here. It doesn't add up. Anyhow, though, Ryuji's pretty astonishing. I mean, for having a sigil that doesn't really grant any advantage during a gunfight, he sure knows how to hold his own whenever getting shot. But yeah, sigil is pretty much a quirk, but just more aggressive. And his sigil is lie detector. Let me say it again, because I'm not sure you heard me. L-I-E detector. So he decided to make use of guns, which has fared him pretty well, I mean, for the most part. But Ryuji was originally introduced as an antagonist in the beginning, but if you're any bit like me, you would have scoured the opening for detail, and you would have found that he's with Kaname for the whole thing. Yeah, openings sometimes suck. He had a particularly clouded sense of justice, and a stubborn rebel attitude that you learn to love throughout Season 1. He knows how to bring the heat, and can work efficiently with the people he calls his allies. I wouldn't call him a strategist, but he's pretty smart overall, and he knows when to be serious. But that's just it. That's pretty much all I can say about him, and that saddens me. Don't get me wrong, I love his character, but I'm pretty upset that they didn't explore his personality more. But he's not best boy though, so if you were asking that mentally, then the answer is no. The next person, however, is actually a pretty broken strategist. He's got quick thinking, plans things out well, and you can usually count on him to have another ace up his sleeve, even after destroying all of the other aces up his sleeve. This guy is Wang. Don't lie, you got scared for a minute. Nah, jokes aside, it's Kaname Sooo. You probably guessed it by now. Oh, shut up. It was funny. Shut up. Sorry about that. I don't know what their problem was. Have you ever wanted to just open your phone one day and find a link that says Darwin's game on it? It has no other attachments, and when you try to search it up, you find little to nothing. Yeah, neither did Kaname, but here we are. He was a high school student at the time he joined, and yet he was given a very powerful sigil. He can recreate weapons. Do y'all realize how strong that is? He literally could be sitting on millions of dollars. Because think about it, if he decided to sell his weapons to the highest bidder, he could keep doing that for as long as he wanted. I don't know, that's something I would consider doing, but then again, I'm not right in the head, so maybe it doesn't make any sense. The point is, he can make as much money as he wanted to, but he plays the game how it's normally played and climbs the ranks that way. That's pretty noble if you ask me, but you didn't. So the man has an astonishingly strong mind. That means a lot to me because I've seen the Sherlock Holmes anime. Well, no, I actually haven't. But you can imagine Sherlock would probably be smart as heck. Kaname knows how to work around an extremely hard fight so well that the #1 player in all of D game decided to join his clan. You gotta be smart on smart to accomplish something like that. Don't act like that isn't difficult. And on his second encounter in Darwin's game, an A-class player was beaten by him. So much so that he was able to get her to join his clan too. That's some high quality stonks right there. Kaname is good as a main character, but there's something that happens that kind of clouds his judgment. It's kind of similar to Future Diary because there's a point where Kaname just saw his dead friend and then he just broke. He decided to betray his previously set up rule of no killing, which eventually led to him becoming a murderous edgelord that wears all black. He also literally added a new feature to the game inside of the game. I'm also not sure how that fully works, but more on that later. And don't try to act all unimpressed, because even after seeing all of his friends die, he still had enough resolve to go and become the king of the game. So no, I don't think he's a bad main character at all. He's an astoundingly well-written main protagonist and a fresh drink of reality at sometimes, but he still ain't best boy. So now that that's done, let's talk about yanderes. You've probably seen a yandere in a different anime before, so how about we expand on that? If you haven't, a yandere is basically a person who is madly in love with somebody else and would do literally anything for that one person, including cold-blooded murder, because why not? Remember in my last video when I told you to find somebody stronger than Mafioso? Well, you could have just named the yandere and that would have been it. Because if they want to, yanderes can be so damn strong. But in that regard, Karina Shuka can be counted as a yandere. Except, no, she's kind of a mom simultaneously, but don't focus on that. She's like a watered-down version of Yunogasa, and is always ready to kill immediately for the one she loves. She was kind of subdued by Kaname in the second episode, and has been with him for the rest of the time. But Shuka has something else that caught my eye. And no, it's not her overpowered sigil that confuses and intrigues me at the same time. It's the underlying sense of her needing to protect everybody that she seems to give off. It's just her mom sense. Because let's be honest, we all thought Shuka was just another yandere and that was just due to her personality. But there's more to it than that. I feel like something happened to her in the past that caused her to say to Kaname something along the lines of, "Don't leave me like everyone else did." And honestly, what the heck? What does that mean? Why did she say that? I don't know, it just seemed like the show was alluding to something else. Just a little something to think about. All in all though, Shuka was a nice addition to the main cast, and I enjoyed her wholeheartedly. Her yandere scenes with Kaname were well-timed and funny, and I think she could hold her own against a fight with Mafioso. Alright, have y'all ever met that one younger person who's older mentally but just straight up trapped in a little kid's body? Now take that, multiply it by 10, and add a sniper rifle, and you get Rein. I'm not gonna try and pronounce her first name because that would be embarrassing, but Rein is a 13-year-old information broker who knows how to strategize well and is basically on par with Kaname in that regard. She knows what she's doing when it comes to a fight, and is a wise old owl at a really young age. Bring me a character that is half as mentally strong as her at that age. If you do so, I will give you a cookie. Well, I'm waiting. See, you don't have anything, do you? Cause there's none. And her sigil only adds to that strength. When you're that smart and you have a sigil that lets you see into the future, how do you die? Oh, very good question. But you can't. I mean, besides getting caught by Wang. But Wang did beat a guy with telekinesis, so you can't really compare him to, you know. But the reality is, this young girl could probably beat everyone in a 5-mile radius, even if you gave each of us guns. But it's refreshing to see how she interacts with the rest of the Sunset Ravens. And I hope there's a lot more of her in season 2. Let's talk about the ice lolly real quick, because I'm kind of confused on how she or he existed. Sooo/Suta is another young character in the Sunset Ravens that is insanely overpowered. She's kind of like Todoroki. Instead of without the fire, it's water. I'm pretty sure Sooo is the main personality, and she has a lot of promise. She's shy, reserved, and doesn't like to fight much, but comes through when it counts. But she's 2 people? I think it's pretty safe to say that I am the confused. Is she 2 people, or is she 1? It's like whenever she's cornered and needs someone with fighting experience, she has Suda to call on. Suda is the personality with the sigil of ice. Whenever Sui calls him, he's literally another personality in her body. How does that work? I am generally confused about that, and I hope they explain it more in depth in the future. So let's be truthful now. I think we all hated Wang. He was an evil son of a mother who appreciated killing on another level. But I thought that's what was great about his character. He was a necessary evil for Kaname and the Ravens to fight. But since I don't have a lot of time left, I'll leave you with this short clip of him. So mainly, I really liked Darwin's game, and I thought it was unique and enjoyed it because of that fact. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and if you can share this video so I can reach my goal of 1,000, I'd be very much appreciative of you. If you can't, again, I'm sorry I asked. Later.